busy doing
everything.
Pretty much everything, towing and some other stuff. But we have made a little bit of progress. We talked at the end of the last video about working on this mammal a little bit. Well, we're going to try to work on it. So item number A is these little guys here, already machined up. 1.25 inch by 1/2 with a little 3/8 land. With a high lift, which you can't probably see. Yep, good. Got them a high lift pretty cheap at I guess
a yard sale.
Yard sale, best we can call it. But this is basically the same we did on the crawler. We'll weld this to the bumper, put the high lift on it, put a wing nut, screw it down, hold it on the truck. Our general game plan is we're going to weld these on top of the bumper, here-ish, and over here somewhere. We can't see where it's pointed because it's in the way. But we were going to mount it on the front, facing this way. Decide against it just in case something happens.
A loose nut or something, it rattles and falls off. I run it over, bad things happen.
The other thing we've already kind of done to this. So the front output on the 205 that's in this thing. We checked it out the other week, and basically what happened was I was up under the truck, and it would basically do this obviously.
It just kind of wibble wobble.
Yeah, it was doing that number. Whoa, we gotta fix that. The bearing is fine.
The bearing is like
tight.
New.
It's tight. This was fine to the case, but still this goofy thing was all over the place. But the only thing we can figure is that the nut that goes down in here, it's a not lock, it's a stover. It's crushed
stover nut. It should be a crush nut, a lock nut. It's
not anymore.
It's been taken on and off so many times. We've only had it off once, but who knows how many times this thing has been serviced over the years.
The nut looks kind of rough, but all we can figure is the nut came loose and allowed it to wiggle.
And it destroyed the seal.
Yeah, that seal's not in good shape. So the parts for this should be in here in just a little bit. So
should be here already.
Yeah, our plan is kind of put this back together and go from there. If it's still got play, it's in the back bushing. We'll tear that off and fix that, but I don't think it is. I think this came loose.
Yeah.
I think the other issue we had is could not get in with the shifter. It couldn't get into four-wheel drive. And the thing is, this truck had a 241, I believe it was, from the factory.
241 originally.
So the gate for it, it's a long throw, so to speak. That 205 is click, 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 click.
It's a very short throw.
Inch and a half, and you're through all four gears. So it's a very click, click, click. It's very short, and with the gate there, you're supposed to move over to come back. It argues with it sometimes. So we had to adjust the length of the shift rod that we made. Oh my God, fucking I don't know,
6-7 years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. So we had to adjust that, get it all lined up so it'll actually do its thing. And part of the problem was that when it came loose, you got to put it in 4 high. It's already thinks it's in 4 high, so to speak. The gate didn't allow it to move anymore, so we had to pulley with that and get it all adjusted. No big deal, works.
Eventually, I'll find the proper gate for the 205.
So the other thing we did to this, I'll get a little bit of a view. Close up. These little guys. So I got 4 of them for my high lift as well. It's just grade 8 carriage bolts with the wing nuts. So instead of, because we don't believe in going out trail riding by yourself. You always bring someone with you. Things happen.
Recovery vehicles.
That too, but things happen. There's all sorts of stuff in the wild. Especially where we go. I mean, we've come across timber rattlers before.
Mm-hmm. Hat bed.
Yep. If someone gets bit, you have someone else there to help you. You have a support system. So instead of one truck carrying all the accessories for the high lifts and whatnot, you can break them up between 2 trucks and work together. That's part of the whole thing.
Plus, I have more storage capacity in this than you do in Futz.
Yeah, it's like he's got a little bit more, just a little, like the whole back half of a truck full.
Yeah.
If I don't put anyone in the back seat, I got storage.
I'm okay with
Snack
this.
cooler.
I'm okay with this idea. Anyway.
Yeah, moving on.
So we're gonna get to burning.
Yep, we got a couple places we have to fix on this as well. While we're here, we're gonna do that. One the driver, one the passenger, and then we're gonna burn these standoffs in. So we mount the jack. Seems like a lot of yammering for a jack, but that's what we do. Y'all subscribe, you know we yammer a lot.
Yes, you do.
So anyway, we're gonna fire up the old arc, get this thing cooked in. As soon as parts arrive for this, we'll get this whole front output thing put together, and hopefully it'll be nice and tight. So it'd be nice to have this one back 100%, so to speak. So I think that's all we have to do to it.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get to work. Yay. Alright, so what we're doing here real quick. Preheating the metal. Probably got all the moisture out of it now. We'll do this spot here just to show. Camera. So
You might be able to see it, might not.
So basically, you take the propane torch or MAP gas, whatever you got, and heat the metal up, and you'll actually watch moisture come out of it. Metal is porous, no matter what it is. Some metals are less porous than others, but it's still got moisture in it, so we got to get that out before we weld it, because, well, we don't want that impurity in there. So, Ray's going to do that. I'm setting up the weld here in just a couple minutes. We'll hopefully have this this jack tacked on. Yay, progress. That'd be sweet. So that's our root pass. So we didn't bevel all this and blah blah blah. There's actually a very good reason.
Didn't need to.
So because it's so blistering hot, I'm not gonna touch it. But I'll move you closer. So basically, we got this is a flat weld, so to speak, or not weld, whatever you want to call it. But under here, that we were using. So we're using a real skinny rod, and what I was doing is taking that rod and digging it up under there. So it's not just a surface weld that we're dealing with. We actually have metal up under here now, and you can kind of see it. It lays a little flat here, but in this area, it's up in there. And that's exactly what we needed for strength. So the more metal you can put into it, the better. But just doing it one round weld, wouldn't be strong enough, in my opinion. So even though it is being sent in with 7018, I think we ran 90 amps at that. No. Got up under there real good. Now we're going to do a cover beat around the whole thing on a 120 or 135. I haven't figured out what I want to do yet. 135 is pretty hot, but you'll know it's melted for sure. Alright, we decided 120, 1/8 inch, 7018. That's what we come up with. So now we're just going to burn in the second layer and go from there. Yay! What happened here? Someone got a little crazy with the grinder, and it developed a crack. It was a little thin.
So when we initially made it, we ground it too small.
The arc touched it and blew through. So of course I spent the past 25 minutes filling a hole.
Took you 5 minutes, you crybaby.
Yeah, I'll look at the video and tell you how long it is. But just had to backfill all that thin stuff, and yeah. It's at least 1/4 inch, if not thicker now. So, yay. Then we got all these double layered. They're in strong. We're good to test for the jack now. Just like I wanted.
Alright, so we're done for the day, finally. Mounted. A little bit of rattle.
Ain't too bad.
It ain't going anywhere. It ain't going nowhere.
got it all welded in, painted. Everything's good to go. The spot over there we burned through. We got that corrected. He gets heavy-handed with the grinder, I don't know what to tell you.
He gets heavy-handed with an arc. That's why I jumped 3 feet.
So we basically put the wing nuts on here. Just take a adjustable, give about half turn once I get hand tight.
They're not moving.
Nope, they're good. Well, that's going to end it for today. We've been, I think I mentioned last week, we were talking about taking this whole damn thing off. Set it aside, getting it blasted, fix everything, and then start working on the grill back here. Not sure if we're going to get to that this week, because, well, tomorrow's Friday.
Probably won't be this week. It'll be
maybe
down the road.
Well, because we also have a trailer rewire we have to do next week. We have power steering lines to do in your uncle's truck on
Saturday.
Tomorrow.
I've got lines on my uncle's truck.
We may have a Mustang coming in that needs a rewire.
I think that's not going to be for a couple months, though.
Oh, okay. So we got a few things that need to be done, customer-wise.
Plus, I'd like to get some traction on the wrecker engine, but again, we're waiting another week on the machinist because he's having some health issues.
Yeah,
I totally understand it.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like I said, we want him to do the work. Kind of don't care how long it takes. He's good. That's the main thing. I think we're going to sign off for the day. And we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. It's Thursday. We haven't recorded anything or had a chance to do anything because someone,
on this episode of I Broke the Friggin' Truck Again,
decided to press the red button.
It's black, damn it.
Don't even start. So, the past 3 days, we've been chasing our tails. All these older Ford trucks have one of these in it, the umbrella.
Fuel tank pickup.
The bypass is missing out of this one. I think what happened a couple weeks ago, you flipped the switch, checked the rear tank or whatever, flipped it back to the front. I think it shocked that little piece and it started disintegrating. Well, that sent plastic all through the system, which means into the switching valve, into the fuel pump, the low pressure fuel pump, all the way up into the filter. Monday, changing work light on my 12-ton. Look at my inner driver's side or passenger side tire, and I got steel showing. I know the tire was getting down. I know it was that bad. I guess every time I looked at it, steel was up front. It's like, this one's out of service. Tuesday, go get a set of tires. No problem. Go to our buddy's place. I was going to have him mount the one for now just to get us going because the call's backing up. We pull the outer off, and there's a split. Like an inch off the rim, almost all the way around. So, well, that one's junk. Had to have the old lady bring me one from the house. So we get tires on this thing. And he calls me in the middle of that, and his truck's acting up, flatbed. He finally gets to the call he's supposed to get, and she just dies. Alright, so we had a raised place with the deck truck about 10 o'clock, and you got there
11 o'clock in the morning.
11 a.m. So we're there almost all day. We're trying to start. We get some life into it, and it just would not happen. So bring it here. Ray messed with it yesterday. I was stuck on the truck doing calls. And so basically all the plastic took out the high pressure pump a low pressure pump and the switching valve. Diagged the switching valve yesterday, excuse me.
Yeah, last night.
We took a 5-gallon can of diesel, stuck a rubber hose in it from the low pressure pump, got it fired, and that thing ran until, well, we didn't think about it. We ran the 5-gallon thing dry because we were turning into the tank. But, okay, so
there's easier ways to put fuel in the tank.
Yeah, so we got it figured out. We took basically 2 steel lines, bent them 270 degrees, got them clicked in, so we're not factory lines. Everything's good. She's sitting out there idling right now. But she's responsive. She's running pretty good so far. Yay. So that's what we've been dealing with. That and, I've been slammed with calls.
Not stuff that it would not have been as bad if I didn't press the black button. It's not red, damn it. Checking to see if anything was good, and it backfired on me. If both trucks were running, he wouldn't be half as exhausted as he is.
So, but in other news, we got the ram charger back together. Well, he did.
I just got to put fluid in it.
Which I brought your fluid.
Yay.
So it just turns out the pinion,
Front output shaft seal.
yeah, that went bad, but the bolt that holds it in,
The nut.
yes, that holds it all in. I think it worked loose.
What nut?
It started eating the seal up. No big deal, got it fixed. She's back online. Yay. She is four-wheel drive again. Insert victory dance here. So another thing we were trying to work on, and we didn't record any of it just because we're just machining parts.
Barrel hinges.
Yep, barrel hinges. So, basic idea. This one's not cut to size yet, but basically we have 1 inch, 2 inch, and then we'll have another 1 inch. And then we have an old roofing shingle, it would appear.
Nuclear bumper.
Yeah, this is boiler. This is Schedule 82 tubing, or was tubing till we cut it in half. This will weld here, something like that. And then we have this. Oops, sorry, it's all out of scale. This will weld to this piece, and so will this once it's proper length. The idea is we're gonna make 2 of these. One's gonna be half moon for his bumper because they're round. We're gonna make another one basically C-channel for my sliders on the crawler for our high lifts. We're working on that, and then all this fell apart. So that's kind of what we've been doing. I mean, crawler and everything like that. I mean, I did get the radiator back from our buddies at Trans Shop, got the cooler flushed. I'll put that in maybe this weekend if I wake up. I'll go to sleep tonight and see what happens.
Waking up's not the problem. It's the whole.
Hold on.
Waking up with him is not the problem. It's the whole standing up and making the steps and moving forward. That's the problem.
I'm not a morning person whatsoever. No, I stay up all night on researching stuff is what I end up doing. Then I
I'm
mess.
watching cartoons on YouTube.
Good.
That and he watches cartoons on YouTube half the night.
Lies. I watch off-road videos. I think I mentioned it before. We may be creating, be quote content creators. We're also fans too. I mean, some of the bigger names, Matt's Off-Road and all them guys. We do watch them. Yeah, Trailmaker. We do watch all those guys. It's just, it's intriguing. Not gonna slam anyone for the way they do stuff or anything like that because I see it on Trailmaker's comments all the time. Oh, I would have done it this way. I would have done it that way. And we deal with the same stuff with the wreckers and some of our buddies. Oh, I would have done this. I would have done that. But the problem is you're not there, and the camera hides a lot. Looks like a vehicle is sitting, like slanted like this, when in all reality it's something like that. The camera hides a lot. And pictures only can show you so much, and I've run across that for years with other people and everything. Oh, yeah. You weren't there, you don't know the equipment, what it's capable of. And that's, I'd say 90% of it is the truck you got, and if you know its capabilities, then you know what to do with it. That's been the gist of what's going on. We got most of these pieces made for the high lift things. We'll definitely...
That'll be next week.
It'll probably
get back on that.
Yeah, probably next week we'll get back on that. We'll show you guys the build process, making the parts. Not the most exciting thing in the world. We just started out with some steel we had laying around, literally just machined it down to size and went from there.
And in the process of all this mess this week, we managed to break his apprentice.
Oh yeah. So
you'll see him in the future.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Maybe we haven't talked yet about if he might be on camera or anything, but
we broke the apprentice. He's not he's
a good dude.
Staying out all day long and then not getting home until midnight.
If you're not
we've gotten used to it. It is what it is. But the first couple times you do it, it's rough.
Oh, yeah. But he's stuck in there and
he hung.
Yeah, he hung. He's a good kid. He's learning stuff, and how this all started was he said he wanted to learn how to weld. It's like, well, hi. That's kind of something we do. We brought him along, and I'll be honest with you. A matter of fact, I threw him away.
Yeah, he actually picked up on the stick welding pretty quick. First couple passes were, as you would expect. Once he got to his third or fourth stick, his weld's actually pretty decent. They're pretty solid, very consistent.
Yeah, and we had him do the angle iron trick where you fill the angle iron 1 bead, 2 beads, 3 beads.
Yeah, basically just a solid piece of steel out of a piece of angle iron.
So we had him fill it up about 3/4 of an inch, cut it on the bandsaw, and you know what? It was solid.
Yeah.
He did really good on that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, he'll excuse me. If he wants to, we'll put him on the channel. We can show you his progress too. But like, he's a real fast learner, and he does good.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, you may see him on the channel as well here in the near future. But the only way to learn is to put your hands on it, and if that's the way he learns, I ain't got no problem teaching him everything I can.
Pretty much the way we learned is just hands on. Grab the stuff and start doing it until you get it right.
Or until you jump 3 feet in the air because you came to the ground.
Still not over that.
I know. Is that what this is? You blew the fucking truck up because you're all pissed. Hey, boy, you electrocuted me. Is that what this was?
Tasted pennies for a week, you asshole.
I've been tasting diesel for 3 days.
Me too!
You know what a ham sandwich with diesel tastes like?
Yes, I do.
Ham shit.
Definitely not recommended in Better Homes and Gardens.
No, it's not. Or any other magazine for that matter.
No kidding.
Oh my god. Yeah. Also, the other thing is we're trying to fill the filter that goes the external the fuel filter on the truck. It's like, well, you got to get diesel in here somehow. So I grab a piece of hose and I went a little too far. So our apprentice, we'll just call him apprentice for now. It's like, look, here's like $50 at McDonald's over there. Go get some calories. Like, bring back a bag of cheeseburgers, dude. I've got to get this taste out of my mouth. This is ridiculous. There's no amount of coffee that could fix that. Oh.
It sucked.
And another thing we've been talking about, I don't know if it's actually going to happen or not. We've been talking about doing a quick trail run. We were thinking about heading out to Uwharrie National Forest, which is the closest place to us.
A little over an hour from us.
We got Jesse over here pretty much up to par. We're not going to do any of the hard trails because realistically, that's an overlander. The Dakota, she can climb, she can flex. I mean, factory V8 truck, she can get out of her own way pretty good. Open diff front and posi rear, which is same as this one actually.
Yeah.
And you all tell me what you think. I think we should weld that front end up on that thing. He's all, I just want to burn high carbon steel. Some of you are all worried about it. I mean, just unlock the hubs, you're fine.
Last time I gave you high carbon steel to weld, you complained about it.
You didn't tell me it was high carbon.
I didn't know it was that high carbon. I didn't know.
This one. But, I mean, honestly, in nearish future, we'll see what happens. We'll probably end up putting a locker or some sort in the front of the Ram Charger. It couldn't hurt for sure.
Some kind of something that...
A lunchbox or something like that. So we get a few things fixed on the Dakota. I got a shock mount I got to fix. I got to get some rubbers on, some rubber on it because the tires are pretty wore out.
Yeah, tires are about as bald as my head.
It's pretty bald.
But
I don't know. We're thinking about doing a trail run. I don't know. If we do, we'll announce it. If anyone wants to come along, hey, let's go.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of fun to get a couple more people involved. We're not doing any of the hard trails. Like I said, that truck's not built.
Keep it simple.
But anyway, with any luck, we will be back tomorrow, or I don't know, we'll find, because...
We'll figure something out.
We'll figure something out, because we gotta get something interesting. I mean, us yammering ain't that fun.
It's boring to us, too. So
You won't shut up.
I refer you to HR.
Again, I got a standing appointment at HR around here. Anyway, we'll be back. Alright, so it's the end of the week. We didn't get much done because of the truck issues.
You told me to push the button.
Why he ever listens to me in the first place is beyond me. Like, hey, the one time. The one time.
Yeah, you know.
I need a coffee about that one.
That's not coffee, that's a dessert.
It's caffeine. And it keeps you alive. Okay, we're good.
I got Reese's that says I'll stay alive for...
You really do. So, what we did end up accomplishing was a half moon. This for Ray's, obviously, for the round bumper. Yeah, he cut it, machined it flat.
Now we just gotta heat it and open it up.
Yeah, gotta open it up a little bit, just to boonk, so I can cup the bumper properly, because it won't right now. It's the same size. Gonna have to heat it though, because he already tried beating it against the ground and it just laughed at him. I laughed at him.
That's some high carbon steel.
This stuff won't move. Well, there's some really nice marks in the driveway now. And I think in the bottom of the hammer. But,
I got a halo thing.
yes, we're well aware. Now we need the casket. We did get these two pieces made. Bolts are in, they're actually tight, so you can't take them apart. That rests on the foot of the high lift. We'll go build some brackets coming down and bolt whatever. That's essentially what we're going to do. We'll put some gusseting in, whatever. That'll all be next week. Because I said, with the truck issues, that was the main focus. We had half a thing built for mine, for the rock slider. It'll mount something like, oh, you know what? Something like that. Be able to rotate this way a little. But anyway, we're making them to fit both jacks. His is a little bit older. Probably, I don't know, 1800s it would appear. Mine's brand new, so there's a slight differences here and there, but other than that, they're pretty much the same. I think like my shoe was like, what, 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch
Just a
longer.
little bit longer.
The hole of mine for the bolt to go through is a little bigger and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
It's stupid little differences.
Yeah.
But we're going to try to make them fit both. We'll see. The other part of that, I ain't actually doing welding on this. Hold on.
The apprentice we broke.
Yeah, this guy did all the welding on this. That's, actually, he did this too. Oops, shit. All in there. He did all of that. Razor got to deal with doggery. But, once again, that's what? Second time you held a stick?
Yeah.
With an arc welder? Second time. Yeah. Good stuff. And then, there it is. Nice little row of dimes in there. Granted, this is all going to be filled up. Most of that's going to be welded so it's strong. That's what we're kind of doing today. As far as machining this stuff up, it's boring as hell. We're going to show you all that. Matter of fact, I think you made most of these pieces too, if I'm not mistaken. We put him on a lathe and had him machine everything up and do all that stuff. So that's kind of what we're working on. Next week we're hoping to finish this up, and there was something else we wanted to do too. I can't remember what it was.
Still need to put fluid in the freaking transfer case.
Well, okay, well, your fluid's sitting like right there. I brought it. I brought it here. Note it. You just haven't put it in yet. So another thing we wanted to do was, my jack already has the chain thing attachment where I'll make the same for his.
That might be what it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I mean, who knows, we'll probably come up with 5 more ideas to build for these things and have accessories plashed all over the trucks.
Heads.
Yes, we got to send the heads off next week. Get the guides put in and all that fun stuff. Hopefully get this engine back in the truck pretty soon. So someone will quit their whining. He's back over there somewhere. So, anyway, that's what we've been up to. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, notification bell, give that thing a whack, ring, or something. Right there. Just hit it. That's all you gotta do. Just blink. And we'll be back next week. Hopefully. Less truck problems. I have number B. Well, A. We'll start with Our general game plan is to not drop that. Exactly. I think that's how the same thing. Anyway. So. You hope we're backwards. What the fuck was in that coffee?
I don't know, but you're not allowed to have anymore.
Wow. Front output for the 205 they've got in this thing. Are you done? Not right now. What do I gotta deal with? The only thing we can come to figure out is that the fucking Dodge belongs in a scrap dump.
Yes. Which is 10 times stronger.
Yes, because let's throw our freaking everything out every time we gotta remove it.
Well, let's just not remove it. I'm fine.
With your track record lately, example A, you'll notice we didn't. Move the ground. Nope. So So you'll notice we didn't actually. It let go. It is what it is. But I'm still gonna blame this one over here. Holy shit, you do! Oh shit, I fucked that up.